You're watching the Daily Climate Show on Sky News. Coming up on today's programme, new technology that helps the shipping industry use less fuel and reduce emissions by keeping vessels clean. Hello and welcome to the UK's only daily climate news show, where we track the changes happening to our world right now and challenge those coming up with the solutions. Now, the world's shipping industry is responsible for hundreds of millions of tonnes of carbon dioxide emissions every year. So just like most industries, the race is on to find ways to clean up. Well, one company in Coventry has found a way to help ships use less fuel and reduce emissions by keeping them free of crustaceans. Madeleine Ratcliffe explains.
How do you reduce the amount of fuel you need to run boats, saving money and reducing carbon emissions at the same time? Well, it can be as simple as getting rid of the barnacles on the boat. This build-up of weed and shells slows boats down and makes them less efficient, so they burn more fuel and release more carbon dioxide. But one company might have the answer.
Quite simply, the ultrasonic sound wave, when it leaves the vessel, creates tiny bubbles, a tiny agitation. And when those bubbles very carefully and slowly implode, it destroys single-cell organisms. That's the food source for the weed, for the barnacles, for the mussels. If there's nothing to eat, there's nothing will grow.
This all matters because the global shipping industry is so polluting. It produces about 940 million tonnes of CO2 a year. That's about 2.5% of global emissions. So even a small reduction in the amount of fuel burned can make a big difference.
If you imagine a container ship, if it's got no fouling, it would be the equivalent of switching tens of thousands of people from their diesel car to an electric car. That is the difference it is making.
In the fight against global warming and reducing carbon emissions, it's often the little things that make a big difference. Something as small even as keeping your boat clean. Madeleine Ratcliffe, Sky News in Southampton.
So that's it from me for today, but tomorrow I'll be joined by climate activist Laura Young and Michael Jacobs, Professor of Political Economy at the University of Sheffield. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.